Almost fell
It's
in the
long.
sea. Peace, Noble. How's it going?
It's long. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
How you doing?
Doing all right. How
Eh,
about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good, Noble. I am doing good. You already know. We're gonna give it a
Yeah.
second for a couple people to log in, and we're gonna jump right into it. Yeah, we got to talk the real, my Noble Solomon here.
Yeah.
We gonna keep it all the way real. Peace, Noble.
Long, Noble.
Peace, 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 peace. Islam,
Peace, Noble.
How your day
peace,
going?
no Solomon. I'm good, I'm good. Still in between some work, but I got a little downtime to log in.
Always good to multitask. I'm always on YouTube as well, so on my personal page.
Um, how the day going for you?
No complaints my way, man. Got a lot done. Register for this little CPR first aid instructor course. So I'm gonna be starting that Monday, and then
Um,
and then after I complete that, I'll be registered to teach CPR first aid instructor classes. Like when people work, cause that's for instructor. That's for
yeah,
instructor. Yeah, and I'm just speaking to my wife. And like basic CPR is basic, but I'm going for instructor, so I'll be able to go in places like, say, if your job pay for it, I'll be able to go in and teach that through the Red Cross,
mhm,
and I'll be able to teach
right.
it to my nobles.
Definitely a good skill.
Yes, absolutely. Just like a lot of times you see those EMTs coming in, and they come in, and do that, and they teach that because they be part of the Red Cross or any job like dealing with group homes and things. They'll have those people come
Right.
in, and that's like a secondary income. What I'm telling people. That's why I say, man, we get these licenses to be a boss, not say I'm just trying to sell something. No, all the skills, working, all this, 24 hours. These are skills. Just like I met a guy today, he was like, man, I just finished my lifeguard. He was like, I'm doing that all the YMCA's. And he work a regular job. He said, this is my side hustle. I said, gratitude to you,
Yeah.
young man. He said it wasn't nothing. I love to swim. He said he only 19, he a lifeguard. He do that on the side. Go to college full time, work at the mall full time, go to church full time, a student, all that. All that. You know?
Mm, yeah, industrious.
That's what
I
I be
was just
talking
about to
about.
say, because CPR goes with lifeguarding too, so I can see that in both
Yep.
favors, for sure.
Absolutely. And then especially out here, where it's an outdoor area and it's a lot of water. See, these are skills that we don't teach our children, nobles, and other folks have those skills. And we say, well, why are they doing all this and that? Because they have skills. They have skills. They have professions. We just work.
Right.
Think about what I'm saying. Skills, like contracting license, the stuff I be talking about. I said skills, asset. Why you working? If you know how to work with your hands, you got the aptitude. Man, get that general contractor license. Then you bid on contracts. Say if you a person, and I show y'all how to get houses in your neighborhood through land bank. Those houses that need work, and you know how to do the work. And then you a contractor. So like in Arizona, you can hire day laborers. Like a lot of those Mexicans and stuff be at Home Depot and all those places just waiting to be hired. You hire them under your contract to get the work done. They know how to do it. Boom, 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 build everything. They know how to do it. They under your contract as day laborers. We have the skills to hire people. That's like I'm saying, you get some houses. Oh, I got all these houses. Okay, you got to get fixed up. You don't even have a crew. You don't even have a people you can go and pay them for day labor to get the job done. Brothers have no skills.
Right.
Brothers they don't have the skills to get the people to do the work. All you need is a contractor license and then the gift to know how to get the people to do the work under your contract. These are skills. Contractor license. When I be throwing out little messages for brothers like, look at this stuff. Why we working? When I talk about general contractor, how do you think all these people get these contracts? They just ain't walking in them places saying we do this, right?
Right.
Just like what you do, Maso, those are contracts. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, just like when people pick up from the airport, those are contracts. People that do all the cutting the grass out here, those are contracts. Just ain't nobody coming to knock on the apartment door. Hey, I cut grass. Can I cut y'all grass? They're gonna say, well, this is where we go bid on the contract at. And if you can get the contract, you bid, you get the contract. I mean, what? See, it's nothing it's nothing fake. That's why I tell people it's real work. My Empress right here, I had landscaping company. I did it in Michigan. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about business and how to do business. And now we a crew. Now we a crew that can make anything happen. Anybody that had the skills that was serious to want to get contracting license, it should be no problem. You look that up in your state. You look up what it costs. Probably costs about $1,100 some dollars. If you got the time and the aptitude, you go get your general contracting license. Just imagine, Maso, you on here and you know how to do drywall, you know how to do roofs, you know how to do general contracting in houses, cabinets, all that shit. You know how to do all that, but why wouldn't you go get the contracting license? A person say, well, man, you know, I don't have that $1,100 to spend right now. And I say, Islam, but you part of a brotherhood. So now you don't have a $1,100 problem. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You don't have an $1,100 problem. And it don't matter how much or how little. Say, well, you got something, and I'm just throwing it out there and say, man, what's 1,100? And you say, man, you don't even say what you got, and your brothers give you 700. You like, damn, I got 400. I'm about to go get my contracting license. And be like, if I got something to put into it, I just didn't have it all. And now you know you're finna do this. You studying, you working hard, you're gonna accomplish it. All due to Allah and to your brotherhood. You don't have to go out and get finance for something. You don't have to go out and beg. You go in your brotherhood and you're not gonna lose because that's what you want to do. It's no felon in that. You see?
Yeah.
This is what I be telling brothers. I said, man, we have something no one have. We have real brothers on here that's doing real things. That's why I said eventually all you got to do is just let time happen. Just let time happen. And you see everybody try to reinvent themselves. You see how they telling you they can do this and they from fake gurus and all this. You see how long people have been scamming. You see it. And so what we doing here is building a conglomerate. We building a think tank. Brothers with assets, just like you, Solomon. We are a business. A lot of the stuff that I've done it in real life. I know how to go get contracts. I know who to go speak to do things to get just imagine you got, say in your neighborhood, Maso, and you got all seniors in your neighborhood, and they're not getting a hot and a cold meal. And they're in there hungry. You know they're hungry because you cutting their grass and shoveling their snow in the winter. And you like, damn, man, I wish I could make sure these seniors getting fed. I know how to make sure they get fed. I work for my dad, for G-Car. My dad was the executive director for Genesee County. I was the director for Meals on Wheels. I made sure not only the seniors got their hot and cold meals every day, I made sure seniors in my neighborhood that wasn't getting a hot and a cold meal got the services because the shit free. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm talking about girls on Section 8 that didn't have no place to stay. I went down there, was like, hey, let me help you find a house. Them girls that was getting that little check to get that little car from the state, getting them bull cars, I made sure they got good cars. When they was behind on their consumer bill, the state paid for it. My dad was the director. It was a lot of people I helped get their shit paid. We talking about assets. My Empress right here.
Service.
Yes, I work for Christ Enrichment Center. I used to work with kids, and I was an alcohol and drug counselor. I used to meet a lot of people, parents in there, embarrassed. I used to tutor a lot of kids, girls I went to school with. Their kids was dumber than a nail. My Empress right here. I used to be like, babe, I asked this little boy, what's his name? Little man. What's your mama name? Mama. Fresh as hell every day though. Fresh as hell. I'm talking about from head to Tizzo, and his shoes on the wrong feet. He walking in there about to trip. I said, boy, you look like a duck. So I know what we can do, y'all. That's why I say, man, the truth gonna be the truth and the real gonna be the real. That's why I don't guarantee success. That's why I don't guarantee no money figure. Man, I can't guarantee you no money figure, Nobles, if you on the block selling heroin. It's assumption of risk. I can have something, Maso can have something, Solomon can have something, we all have a different price. Some people won't have nothing because they'll get hustled out of it. I know Negroes used to hustle back in the day. They'll trick all their money up, tricking with the dope heads. Me and my empress used to talk about this stuff, like a lot of stuff, like, huh? Yeah. I make a person look stupid as hell. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Indeed.
So this work that we doing, man, like I tell us, we got to continue to be proud. Don't let nobody get you afraid to talk about money or understand it. And that's why really churches and pastors and all these people, they don't talk about it. They try to act like money the root of all evil, but want you to pay them. Business must be done. What type of business? God business. Y'all understand what I'm saying, nobles?
Islam.
Long.
And watch. They talk about you gonna get rich scamming people. No, you got to do business. And faithfulness should not be rare amongst God's people. That's why a fruit of the Holy Spirit, Galatians 5:22, it applies directly to the handling of our money. Galatians 5:22. Remember, I broke this down so many times. Not only do we need to trust Allah, that manifestation should be able to trust in us, because we have proven ourselves to be what? Faithful. That's the testing ground for faithfulness. It's money. Woo! The testing ground for faithfulness is money. What does Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19 say? Wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. See, we ain't doing nothing illegal. See, I'm not a poor righteous teacher, Maso. I get what they saying about the 5% this and all that, but I ain't no poor righteous teacher. Don't you put that on yourself. You heard me?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Solomon, you hear me?
Islam.
You let them be poor righteous teachers. You let them be toothless. You let them be, man, look, all my teeth falling out. Look, my hair, I can't do. You let them don't have no, you let them be a whole bunch of hard-legged men arguing. You let them do that while we deal with our families and do real business and crack our toes, because we God. You heard me?
Islam.
Okay, talk to
Like
me.
that document.
Go ahead.
That document. I was going through that document. The biblical finance principles.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things it says is the foundation of the good sense ministry is to cultivate a steward's mindset.
Come on. Come on. That's why I've been telling people, they always try to dismiss, all ministry ain't bad. Yes. And then all the ministry we talk about is our ministry. So that means all Negro preaching is bad. How y'all? See, Moors, whatever you want to call themselves, everybody that understand that higher understanding, we must be faithful in financial matters. I said we must be faithful in financial matters. I ain't say scamming all that stuff. That ain't righteous. Because what's done in the dark, what?
Be shown in the light.
See? And it always happen. And then when that happen, people be running, trying to talk about they ain't in it. Real talk. So, to be faithful in finances, we must operate as the manager and not the owner. To be faithful in finances, you must operate as the manager, not the owner. Do you understand that concept?
Yeah.
Because the manager must manage to make sure it's done right. The owner mess it up and say it's mine and make that excuse why they mess it up. Oh, it's mine, I don't get it. No, you're the manager. So once you understand that, you must operate as the manager and not the owner. Is that easy to understand?
Yep.
Money is not the root to all evil. Let them clowns say that. That's why we proclaim the earth is Allah's and all it contains, the world and those who dwell in it. Psalms 24:1. That's what the psalmist says. Yahshua pointedly said that our money is not ours, but that which is another's. Luke 16:12. In that context. Allah's or God is true, the true owner of everything and everyone. Yahshua said, you cannot serve Allah and mammon equal material, possessions, riches. That's Matthew 6:24, Luke 16:13. If people didn't know what mammon mean, they'll try to make something up. Oh, I mean, man, ghosts have a seat. The text clearly means that either Allah or money is our master, but not both. There's no middle ground. That's why the text says you can't be lukewarm. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Understand the science. Understand what's being understood in the spirit, not just the written word. That's one of the fundamental biblical principles in the realm of money is I do not own anything. I only manage the money and possessions that Allah has entrusted to me. See, Allah does not own just the 10% so that I'm free to spend the rest as I please. See, that manifestation owns it all. Because if man comes from Allah and man make money, then it's all controlled by Allah and the possessions. This concept has several ramifications. When I speak of being a manager of your assets, you should be responsible. Islam?
Islam.
In the text, in the literature, Bible, because that's all it is. In the literature, when you read in Paul, it states that it is required of stewards. Stewards are managers, that one be found trustworthy. You want to be trustworthy. How you going to be a trustee and you're not trustworthy? Then how you going to be a trustee if it ain't nothing even there to trust? You talk about you finna make a trust, you finna write some writ. What, you in prison? Or you got evidence that was withheld from court, so you need to write a writ to get out? No. That's why you understand if you borrow or use something belonging to someone else, you should treat it more carefully than even your own thing. You should treat it delicately. If Solomon and Maso let me borrow a book, anything, I'm going to treat it not like it's mine. I'm going to treat it like I'm the manager of it. I'm going to return it just like it was given to me with gratitude, especially if it did something for me. Islam? Being responsible, trustworthy, everything in good condition. That's especially true if the owner is Allah. Proverbs 27, 23 and 24 exhort us. Know well the condition of your flocks. That's why I say I know all my brother's heart. I'm supposed to. That's what a real master craftsman does. To put your brothers in position till they excel. There's no weaknesses in this. What we do is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. A good manager, a good foreman is going to make sure that his brothers is operating on the full level, on full capacity. That's what a team is. Know well the condition of your flocks and pay attention to your herds, for riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure to all generations. Just because you was that, don't mean your son gonna be that. Just because these Negroes said, "Oh, I remember I used to have that." So what? You wanna have notoriety for things that's bad. That's what they want, notoriety. In other words, possessions do not manage themselves. You must take care of your money and possessions, even if you are a king, or you will lose them. When I ask brothers when they say they don't like micro or macro management, I say, well, you don't like big money or little money. To be irresponsible with money or things is to be an unfaithful manager. Could we agree on that?
Yes.
See?
Yep.
See? I can agree. As a manager of Allah's assets, I'm relieved from pressure as long as I'm being responsible and careful with what Allah has entrusted to me. And when something beyond my control happens, it's not my problem. It's Allah's issue. And many years we be faced with these dilemmas as managers of God's assets. I have the opportunity for advancement. Luke 16, 10 and 12. Yahshua point is not if you're faithful with a little money, Allah will give you more money to manage. Neither is the point that if you're faithful in some trivial job, God will give you a more important, although both statements may be true, but Allah's not a genie. That's why I talk about acquiring all these skills that we're talking about, to be good stewards of what we learn, to make that money. To interpret these passages correctly, the student must see that money is the little thing and that the much is the true riches, the heavenly riches, which can't be taken away. I ask a person, if you get locked in, I put you in the jungle, are you going to still be the God man, or are you going to be a punk? You take all that stuff off, are you going to be still the God man? No. In the context of the parable, the true riches are the souls of people who have been won by understanding who they are. The two up secure. God and man is one through your faithful and wise use of everything that you have. That faithfulness in managing the money that you are entrusted to use as the practice game. That's why I say money, they like to say fiat, that's nothing but the little thing Allah has entrusted us with. That's just a tittle. Believe me. That's why one requirement for elders is that they be good managers of their household, which includes finances. That's 1 Timothy 3:1-7. That's why when you read the scriptures, it says the qualifications of a pastor, a sheikh, a rabbi, a Buddha. It's qualifications. It's qualifications. They say they was called. Who called you, Tyrone? It includes all of that. And if you are faithful with the little matter of the finances, then you won't be faithful with the big matter of the souls. How you going to say you want to handle the hundreds, you can't handle the tens? How you want to say you want to handle the thousands and you can't handle the hundreds? How you want to say you want to handle the millions and you can't handle the thousands? This means that if you desire to be used by Allah in your mission and your discipling with men and women and children, you need to get your financial life in order. See, that's why all you got to look at these people. That's why these brothers and sisters, they say they want to do this, and they have radio shows and they have TV shows. I say, yes, but that's not a leader because you have a radio show. That's not a God, man. Like y'all brothers, y'all muftis. That's why I be saying a lot of people follow characters. A lot of people, that's their main thing, is to be mad and think everybody's supposed to pay them. I say, we a school and a temple, and I'm a minister in real life with real degrees. You need this to be a disciple, to evangelize others. You need to get your financial life in order. Just like when people try to tell the kids, you should go to college. And I told y'all when I was in ministry, the first thing they used to ask them preachers, well, do y'all go to school? And I used to put my head down and laugh. And then the little kids, because you know they'll say anything, well, Right Reverend Goodman ain't the only one that's speaking, because he the only one up here with a college degree. It also means that God will not bless you if you don't convert and all that stuff. That's not true. That's not true, because I have nothing to do with God. This is no conversion. This is a resurrection. Go ahead, Noble.
I got an analogy.
Go ahead.
I got an analogy of that some of the topic. It's like, you know, when we all play sport, you know, when you play sports for a rec league or something, and you got that one coach who was out of shape, out of overweight, but he trying to push you to the limit to run hard and put your life out there. But we always respected that coach that could run with us.
Yeah.
Who could sweat with us.
Come on. That Haile Selassie, like, hey man, he on the throne, but he put the work in. And just as much. Or even more. Like, he ain't talking about this. No, we put the work in together. That's why I said I asked Allah for what we have. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why I said it's real. And what's real takes time. That's like the birth of a child. You want it to come out right. You feel me?
Indeed.
See, that's what they don't understand. To be faithful in finances, you got to be hardworking and obedient to the owner. No owner is pleased with a lazy manager who doesn't follow directions. To please our own manager, which is the God within, we must work hard to follow the instructions that's given to us in the word about those finances. To be faithful, I must be industrious and not lazy. But then these words talk about prophet told us to be industrious. He ain't tell you to go file some paperwork to be some sovereign citizen. I don't know what these clowns talk about. Oh, I'm a sovereign citizen. Oh, I ain't no American citizen. I'm a foreign national. Man, go sit down. You need to be in a box with some cats. No, you need to be out here in Arizona and be in Tent City right now where it's 100 degrees and they put your ass in a pink jumpsuit. This is where you need to be playing out here. This is exactly where you need to be playing at, because you will be in Tent City, and I'm going to be laughing when I go in there and speak to the brothers like there go another crony. Hey, man, I saw you on YouTube. You ain't seen me. Shut up. Yeah. To be a faithful, I must be industrious, not lazy. Thessalonians 3:8, 10 and 12, Acts 20, 34 and 5, Proverbs 6 and 6 and 11, 24 and 30 and 34. Hard work should not be mistaken for overwork. Hard work should not be mistaken for overwork. See, some nigga, I got 5 jobs. Then I say, at the end of the year, let's see what you got. Nothing. You just got a whole bunch of stuff. You got nothing. You invested with nothing. But Prophet told me to be industrious. Or then you poor. You living with your girl on Section 8. Her rent $13. And every year she get that Section 8 check to get a car. And it get impounded because you ain't driving with no license. Yeah. The scriptures extols working hard. It condemns making a God out of your work. But so many of us have never learned to work hard when they work. They play at work, wasting time.
You said something serious right there.
Yeah.
Him making a God out of your work. So many people do that.
No, but I told you, I'm the great nobody when I'm at work. I tell people, I said, I got two, man, when I be work, they be like, man, you the most interesting man in the world. I said, that sounds like a commercial. They be like, but it is. They be like, why you work here? I said, because I like to work. I like to do this. I use my money to do what I like to do, to take care of my empress, to buy all this stuff, to do this tribe, to be able to go all over, to get our passport, to take my empress all over. To as I get older, to be better and better and better and better and better and better and better, to be able to help the world, to be able to show the people what a God man can do with that bag.
Right back. Come when you get done.
Okay. This is what I'm talking about. You see? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But we overwork ourselves. See? So many people have never learned to work hard when they work. They play at work, wasting time with unproductive things. And then they feel guilty when they take time off, so they don't enjoy it. It's just like you be at the gym running your mouth all day. Like, I was in the gym for 2 hours. For what? In the mirror, looking at booty.
Right.
I'm in that gym for 30 minutes. I'm out of there. That's why I don't even go to the gym. I don't waste no time. I am the gym. I did 10 miles today and worked out. Every day. Every day. I got time. And you do too. To be faithful, I must provide for my family and have extra to give to those in need, which I do. Thessalonians 3, 6 and 12, Acts 20 and 34 and 35, 1 Timothy 5 and 8. That's why a lot of people I deal with in real life, they say, money is given to me, not earned. They say, all the stuff you do, we responsible before Allah to work hard to provide for personal and family needs, and to have extra for someone unable to work due to, say, I don't care if it's physical inabilities or whatever the circumstances, but us with a cipher, we don't take food off the table to feed to the dogs. And when I say that, it's a lamb for a household. We got to make sure our belly's fat before we give off the table. I base my understanding on the biblical scriptures. I don't care how nobody feel. See, I have a family. Y'all my brothers. I have blood brothers. I'm not giving none of my food to them first. This is just what it is. Blood don't make me family as an adult. Relationship does. Y'all my blood. And if we don't provide for our families, Paul says that we're worse than unbelievers. Since even those who have never heard the Christ or the Gospels or understanding within. See? To be faithful, I must be orderly with finances. You must be orderly with your paper. Building a tower, count the cost in advance. Proverbs 27 and 23. When I tell people, man, I already know what I can do because I know what I'm spending. When I talk about your recurring bills, if you don't know what your recurring bills, you should know. When I say I can round off to the nearest number what my recurring bills each year. You got to do that. If you don't know what that is, then you're not a mathematician. You're just spending osmosisly. You like, how am I doing that? That's what I tell a lot of people. I don't know. You tell me how you doing that. You see what you wasting in that. I'm telling you, when I was a child, I act like a child. When I became a man, I put away all childish ways. Know well, pay attention. Just like if you owned a company and I said, if you were taking my class and I say, this is the finances, this is the check and balances, blah, 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 manage the company at the end of the year, it's enough money to pay for everybody, boom, boom, boom. A lot of people, I say, well, if you owned a company and your manager didn't keep good records of the business transactions, everything will soon be chaos. You wouldn't know whether you were making a profit or a loss or breaking even or nothing. Whether money had been set aside for taxes, etc., for equipment, whatever, for payroll, for cash flow, whether employee's paycheck would bounce, or what inventory you had. And people say, well, man, you ain't gonna hire me just because you're my friend or I'm a member. No, I won't. I love you. I'm not gonna put you in a position to bring harm to you and I know you can't do it. That's why I tell people you got to be yourself and be a master of what you do. At work, you're the great nobody. That's what I tell people. But they be thinking they wisdom on the job supposed to make them something. Don't nobody give a shit what you know at work if you don't have the skills to do that. And then if it requires some education, man, shut your ass up and do what the hell they say and take your ass home. Excuse my candor. But a lot of us are disorganized when it comes to personal finances. They won't even admit it. You live in check to take, if your tires blow out, you have nothing. What you gonna put all donuts on them? I'm talking about donut tire, that little tire in the back. You hear me, Maso?
Yeah, ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna work. You right now here in Arizona, you're ready to go out, think you're finna put some water in it. It's 100 degrees right now. You don't have no money to do nothing. You out here playing, you're gonna blow your radiator in pieces. It's gonna suck that water up over. And if they have to give account to the owner, they'll get fired, wouldn't they, Maso?
Right.
See? And people don't want responsibility. They say they want somebody else have, but you ain't even responsible. Being orderly means having some sort of budget so that you're not wondering where the money went. That's why I ask you, do you got a budget? What you mean? No, you just spend osmosisly. You don't have a budget. You're telling it where it go. You don't even know. When you have a budget, you tell your money where it go. When you have a budget, you tell your money where it go. When you have a budget, you tell your money where to go. Islam?
Islam.
It means having a filing system for records, not in your head. Not a piling system. I said a filing system, not a piling. I tell everybody, write that shit down. And nobody listening. The scripture tell you to write the vision down, make it plain. I told you, when you write things and your affirmations down, it's 40% more accessible to happen. Because you're doing it every day. You're seeing it, you're touching it, you believe in yourself. So that you can give an account to you. Right?
Right.
That's what this is about, nobles. We ain't talking about no fake, I'm some Forex this, and you finna give me $500, and I'm finna make you $5,000. I'm not finna act like I got some land and don't, because we really have land. I showed y'all yesterday. If people really want to buy land, they can get it from us. Since everybody got hustled for 1 acre for $7,500. Right? I mean, come on. That's why I said we real. We the upper echelon of this. We the upper echelon of this. We're not no bums. We family men. They seen Malik earlier today at the airport at his day job with the youth. See, these is keys. Now watch this. I'm gonna give some keys to the system of Allah's wealth. See, Allah created a wealth generating system and it can't fail. And I ask everybody, are you operating in it? See, they doing scams. That's why they don't trust Allah. That's why all of them, they try to run behind a religion. Bull crap. Find out with these keys. That's why the scripture says money answers everything. The first reaction to that statement by a lot of Christians or anybody that don't even study would be to claim that it is carnal, selfish, and outside of biblical values. Yet it is a direct quote of the scriptures. What scripture is that, y'all? Come on.
Wine is made for laughter. The money.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. When these goofball preachers, oh, money the root to all evil. No, you the root to all evil. You the vessel to the trash. Because that money should be used as a vessel for your infrastructure. You shouldn't be poor. The church should not be poor. The minister get paid for his work. We get that. But 90% of that go to operation. The rest, these Negroes getting paid off of it. It's their business. All you got to do is tell me I'm lying. I'll show you their bylaws. Money is an essential thing in this life. So to desire money is not selfish. It's necessary. Even if all you want to do is walk the streets evangelizing, which doesn't take a lot of money, you still need provision for food, clothes, and shelter. You still need money. That's why these brothers that don't have nothing no more all talk about they used to self. We'll talk about, so y'all used to do this, and if y'all pay me, y'all can walk the streets. See, they want somebody to pay them to walk the streets. But you should have business. You should be doing stuff to do evangelize. That's your community service. How? After all the stuff you've done, if you making your money, you say, this is affording me to what? To go preach the gospels. How? That's why I don't need to be on YouTube doing all that to tell somebody to go pay me to walk the streets, to talk a whole bunch of bullshit. If you got your members and students, they'll do it. They'll help you. If not, this is why I say these brothers have no value. Allah wants you to have money for 3 fundamental reasons. To fund kingdom work, to go into all the world and preach the gospel. It takes money. Not just, and if you get money, donations and things, that means you a minister. And you have pupils, and they get a tax exempt receipt, and they get this and that. So are you a minister? Are you a minister of the gospels? No, what are you then? And that's what these people be telling you. I don't have no religion. So what you doing? If you want donations and thinking you running your mouth, you're not even a minister. So what are you? A lecturer? A motivational speaker? Then say that. Because I'm a divine minister. Then all the other has come with it. Just like in all scriptures, what? The Bible, you got the Jehovah Nisi this, Jehovah Jireh, all those powers that they work in those manifestations. I am a man, I have expertise, but who I am is a divine minister, a rabbi, a priest. First, Islam. Period. And that's what these comments tell you. I don't have no. So what you doing? You want somebody to pay you to walk the streets? Are you preaching? Are you teaching? No, you want, see? That's some trash. To provide well for your own household. To provide well for your own household. So you want people to do this, provide for your household, or you a rolling stone? Or a lot of these Negroes just try to live with chicks on Section 8. That's your job, not your families or the government. Allah called you to work, to provide for yourself. I asked these Negroes, what do you do? No, I don't care the internet. Forget the internet. If it wasn't no internet, what do you do every day? What do you do? What do you do to make money? If the government, like y'all talk about, they don't like, or the government this, with these clowns, if all this shit was shut down, what would they do? They'd be some bums, wouldn't they? Exactly.
No.
Because my noble out, you can see my noble at work. We real men. To subdue the earth, to have dominion of the earth, we should be controlling most of our resources. These Negroes have no resources. For example, if you don't like the immortality that inside of you, then what? Own a billboard. Own up to yourself. If you don't like what's going on, do your own thing. If what somebody telling you ain't right, Do your own thing. When people will jump on your Instagram, well, you ain't this. Ain't nobody tell you, do your own thing. Or I can do this. Do your own thing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. And I told you, I'm going to start showing things. How can people be having a post and say they don't know who did this, and then I can easily show you pictures of the lady that got arrested on the internet talking about she a Sharifian officer with everybody so-called Grand Sheik. I ain't got to say no names. It's everybody call themselves a Grand Sheik, but with them right there and discussing. So if she ain't right and she say she got all her shit from him, golly, like this stuff is stupid, man. Like really. Like this stuff is real stupid. And still you go, I wonder how I do this, how I file this paper, how I do this. Like y'all crazy, how we get our own government. What is you clowns talking about? Nothing. And that's what I be saying. We got to stop this stupid stuff, man. This is real stupid. And I'm sorry. I'm going to keep saying it. These are a whole bunch of old retarded people. Look in their eyes. Look in these people's eyes. Look at them. They be getting their kids took by soldiers, get all this stuff. And that's who the people we follow, and a whole bunch of poor people telling you to do this. That's crazy. That is asinine. Allah is in your sole source. That's your source. And may Allah and my Allah shall supply all my needs according to the riches and glory. It's simple. It takes a lot of spiritual work to get to the place where you let Allah be your sole source of supply. That's why I told y'all these Negroes got to keep reinventing themselves. They'll give up so fast. Look at them. Then they'll try to go run under their so-called leader arms. And if they so righteous, they damn organizations been in use for years and years and collecting money and tax exempt forever. Why you got to go outside of your organization to do business with people? Because you don't want that in your set for everybody can say you a damn fraud. So you go out and do it in the outside world like people don't know. Man, please miss me with that. And they all got fictitious names. Period. It take a lot of spiritual work. Not no whole bunch of talking like they talk with that same speech pattern, or then they talk that prison stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about that trash. Your spiritual work got to be done. Care about nobody writing on no dumbass chalkboard. The scripture says, if someone won't work, he shouldn't eat. 2 Thessalonians 3:10. And Allah is the creator of work. However, he never intended for us to put our faith and hope in our labor alone. And it also did not intend for you and me to turn anything else into your source. Not your family, not your credit cards, and not the government, not hustling your people, knowing whatever you line and talk about you're going to produce, if you investment, it's not going to happen. That's why a true God man can't do that to his people. What does that source supply? Everything you need to thrive, the power to produce wealth, the abilities of any kind, the blessings that produces wealth. See, they don't have no blessings because they don't produce wealth. I tell y'all, money is not earned, it's given. Man, it's way deeper than what these boys do. They're not even learned enough. Think about it. The scriptures does not say Allah makes you wealthy. It says that inner spirit, that understanding will give you the power to produce wealth. To produce wealth. So what are you producing? It says to produce wealth. That's Deuteronomy 8:18. Somebody talk to me, man. See, that means that inner understanding will always give you something to put your hands to. Anoint your ability and bring the blessings on the scene when you are obedient to these commandments. I'm telling you. That's why business is the only system that creates wealth, not scamming, because you're going to have to pay for that shit. Engage in business until I come. Engage in business until I come. That's Luke 19:13. Engage in business as I come. But see, these cronies want you to just pay them and then be mad, talk about what they used to do. Don't nobody care. See, those believers of outside science, they tend to want the wealth transfer. spoken in Proverbs 13:22. And then they like to use words like general wealth, generational wealth. Man, shut up. You got that generational wealth. Boy, please, you ain't got no generational wealth. What generational wealth you about to do? Nothing. To be an event. But see, Allah's system is an ongoing system, a continual flow of wealth into the hands of the righteous. Business is that system. That doesn't mean that every person is called to own a business. That's why they can't do it. They try, they can't. They say, I'm gonna write a book. They can't. They can sell a t-shirt. That's all they can do. But each of us will engage in business in one form or another, whether it be our jobs, in our purchases, or with other investments. See, every time they tell you to go get a book or something, they got to go to some other company. I am the company. That's why I said I don't need no of our own kind. I do business with all other people that don't look like me. All other people. That's why I'm laughing. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. We almost there, which I'd rather say. We doing business together, all of us. I told y'all it was gonna happen. And business is the exchange of what? Goods or services for what? Profit or economic gain. So when you look at this, they say they do business. You got to look at this and see, is this any type of business? Is this any exchange of goods or services for profit or economic gain? If it's not, then it ain't business. See, this ain't me. I'm telling you, it's no business. What? Somebody say they're going to teach you how to think. So what, you a motivational speaker? Say that. Are you a motivational speaker? Say that. Because writing on the chalkboard means nothing. Let me see your ROI. Let me see your portfolio. It's nothing in it. I know it. I ain't going to embarrass you. When you are employed, you are selling your services. You trade hours for dollars. You know it. I know it. That makes you part of the system. However, you don't discount the idea that you may be called to own or manage a business in some way, your own. See, these fake believers, you know what I mean? And us as true light seekers, we call to take dominion, not to be like them, not to be con artists. We are called to take dominion. And the business is a powerful place of influence in this world that should be dominated by the righteous. Another way we participate in Allah's system of business is by acting as patrons. When you give your money to a business, you are transferring wealth from the kingdom of light to whatever that business stands for. That's why when we do business with each other, and when Europeans, Albions, Trinidad, whatever you want to call them, do business with me, they love doing business with me. They say, why would I go give my money to that bookstore, and you're a graduate from GCU, and you helped my son, and this, that, and the other, and you gave my son suits, and blah, 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 blah. And we were going to rent a suit. And my son said, well, hey, I met this brother. He said, why rent? And you can own this from him. Why? I'm going to go get a tuxedo, and your kid going to never wear it again. I'm going to get them a black or a gray suit and have them matching their girl with the underneath with a nice tie or bow tie. Do the pants like they like it. Now they got a nice suit. They can break it up, wear the slacks by itself, wear the jacket like a blazer, or wear the suit again because they're going to have it to wear. They like, man, I was going to waste this money and rent it. Thank you. High five. Let's keep it pushing. Then there is an interaction with a business that each of us has almost every day. The way in which we treat another man's business, his system of wealth creation, will determine the success you see in your own wealth. That's why we need Negroes be saying, oh, or do you sell it? Yeah. You go to the store and buy this. You go to your kid, go to school and don't learn nothing. Everything you do is a transaction. That's why I don't care about doing business with Negroes or Moors or anybody in their lower self. I do business in the real world. Luke 16 and 12 says, if you have not been faithful in what is another man's, who will give you what is your own? That's why they don't have nothing. For example, when you go to a fast food restaurant, if you take a handful of sauce and then dump it on, most of it in the trash, you are mistreating someone else's system for creating wealth. Think about it. Think about it. When you rent a hotel and all this stuff, when you abuse things, the more we become faithful is the sort of things, the more we will prove ourselves worthy of the blessings. See, people don't have a problem with going on Amazon and buying Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering for $4,800. But then when I have it and bind it and print it and bind it for a fraction of the price, oh, well, man, well, I can get it off Amazon. Go ahead. when a person say, man, or where I thought the book was this, or you thought the PDF was 40, and I say, well, I printed and buying it for this price, and I say, you can have your money back, go buy it from Amazon, and they charge $500 for the book, for some paper, and we print and buying books. You go ahead and do that. But go ahead and do that. All business requires that work. All hard work brings a profit. All hard work brings a profit. All hard work brings a profit. Work is not a curse, and it isn't toil. Yet so often you hear people complain about their jobs, how much they dread Mondays, because they haven't had a revelation that their work is more than a paycheck. Work was Allah's idea, which means it's a good idea. See, Allah says that manifestation will bless the work of your hands. That means you can expect much more than a natural return on your work. Just like I told you, when you operate in your higher self, you could be doing so much that you bring so much more money in that you get joy out of that. And you know that 9 to 5 is to keep that roof over your head. You don't have to touch nothing else. That's what Allah do for you. And we don't even know it. We be wanting to quit our jobs to think and replace it with nothing. I said, that don't even make sense. And that's what we think being a Moor is about, being a bum. While your wife working hard and living off Section 8 and filing fake taxes. Sad, sad day for these bums with no teeth. In all labor, there is profit. And you know that he speaks of much more than natural increase. He says, whatever you put your hands to will prosper and succeed. And when your heart is right and you are in obedience, those blessings of your work will send you farther and faster than you could even go on your own. You'll find yourself promoted yourself within other things that happen. You won't expect it. I'm telling you. Business is our promised land. It's our proving ground. Allah, that spirit tested in Genesis 22:1. Remember, Abraham was a wealthy man. Think about that. Business is to us today. Hold on. Yeah, you can cut it off. Yeah, it was blowing in my face. That's why, yeah, it's blowing real hard. Thank you. But that wealth and business is to us today what the land was to Abram. It is our promised land and proving ground. Abram first proved himself faithful. So also must we prove faithful in the work and business if we want the output, which is the wealth of work and business. We do this by being faithful in the little things, faithful in where we are, faithful even when working for unjust so-called bosses, faithful with another person's business. And when we are faithful in our work, we will enjoy the text, all biblical scripture, all text. We will understand the definition of blessed, which according to the psalmist says that a blessed man is like a tree planted by streams of water, whose leaf does not wither. Just like that burning bush, man. That's why I always have that fire. Everything he does prosper. Not some. Just like they say, all in a court of law, you have the right to remain silent. Everything can and will be used against you. Can and will. Everything he does prosper. That's Allah's system for his people to be planted by a continual flow of everything that we need. You know, wealth transfers are always work related. I didn't say job related. I said work related. It's work related. You got to put in that work. All of it is work. All of it is work. Some people waiting around for a miracle of money to simple fall in their laps. It ain't going to happen. See, Allah ordained wealth transfers. It's work related. You remember the widow in 2 Kings 4:1-7? She was backed in a financial corner with no way out. Remember? See, her husband had revered the Lord. The debt was not miraculously canceled. But the prophet Elisa provided her something. She could put her hands to that will open the door for a supernatural wealth transfer, gathering and filling bottles with oil. Somebody talk to me. See, I ain't do it. They made her a way to make a finance to be industrious. Didn't make no, oh, I'm finna just make some clothes fall out there. Oh, look at this money that came in my mailbox. Nah, man. No, don't work like that. Somebody talk to me. When you have a financial need in your life, don't expect money to show up on your doorstep. The ability for Allah to bless you is connected to what you do, your work, whether it be employment or any other work. Expect to put your hands to something. Speak out loud that you, Allah, is one, and his will is your will, that you will provide me opportunity to put my hands to work so that you may prosper. We got to reclaim your territory. Not know your land, this your land. This is our land. This is our land. I ain't talking about that, fool. This ain't your land. You got to reclaim your territory. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. Deuteronomy 28:13. Christians seem and Muslims and all that, they become complacent in the area of taking possession. But all text, the scripture says, it's clear. We are to take territory and have dominion on the earth. That's why it's high time that we, as Moors, as true light seekers, start expecting to claim more and more territory. It's time to repossess your land, your finances, you. You can take ground. Be obedient. I'm telling you, wealth transfers are everyday events. Their leaves never wither. Psalms 1:3. Wealth transfers ain't one time. Allah's system is like water. Wealth transfers everyday events, just like we doing today. Look at the text string. We've been transferring wealth. We've been doing business all day. All we got to do is ask Allah to make our business transfer and action bigger. That's all. That's all we want. That's why I said, once we start doing business, you can't ask Allah for something you ain't doing. How you going to ask Allah for something? I said, Allah's not a genie. You want Allah to be in the midst of your business, to magnify it, to put an eye on it. Islam? Every time money changes hands, it's a transfer of wealth. Understand that. The more we understand that, and the more we position ourselves to own and manage these businesses, the more money we will have and see transfer into the kingdom. Even when we buy stock and all these other investments, we invest in each other. When we invest in our brothers going to school, getting them skills, we getting involved in a business. Who? Us. Just like Maso doing business. We involved with business, understanding it, testimonies. You can have a testimony if you ain't doing nothing. You can test a lie, but you ain't got no testimony because Maso gonna shut it down. Be like, Sheik, he lying. And I'll be like, I know Maso. And you should expect a wealth transfer to come to you. You should expect this. Why are you expecting? Oh, I just want to make it. Oh, I just want to maintain. Only prisoner maintain. Only prisoner maintain. We want to live our life and live it to the fullest. We don't want to maintain. And when you
now, when I hear Noble saying that word, I know he's talking BS, man. When I hear somebody saying maintain, and I'm like, what? No. That ain't nothing.
No, we prosper. People in prison maintain. They just count the days. We ain't counting the days. We living, man. We doing business. We wake up. We can't wait to wake up the next day because we prophesied what we're going to do the next day. I'm telling you, just like food prepping, baby. It ain't nothing. This is a joy. This is a joy. Even when you invest, we getting involved in business. We should expect a wealth transfer to come to you. Money come to me. Yeah, in that aspect, but not no scamming. When we invest, you got to declare it, say it. That means you done your education. That means you done some work. I already know I deal with the supernatural wealth transfers for every investment in a part of. And I ask you to do the same, to ask your God within, to honor and prosper the work of your hands. Not going to the mailbox, not taking somebody's stupid ass course and they teaching you some shit that they know it's no investment. If they say take my class to invest, so that means they should be taking your money to invest. So then when you want to see the return of anything and see what they invested, they should be able to show you their portfolio, and they can't. If you're sitting around waiting for a miracle event, you're missing the point. Possession of the land is not optional. fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion. Genesis 1 and 28. That's the first command of the biblical scriptures. Take dominion. Possessions of the land is not optional. It's not selfish. It's not a luxury. It's a command. You know? That's why if that's a command, take your assignment seriously and become a positive influence in the world, in your world, rather than being under the control of those who seek other things. You have a map and a guide. And when we put these principles in perspective in our life and we begin to see ourselves operating in this system of Allah's system of wealth, then you give yourself and you put yourself in a position to move into these levels of prosperity that you never dreamed possible. And it's time to take possessions of the land. It's time to take possessions of the land. It's just time. How are you going to put yourself in a position to say, oh man, well, we got to run 10 miles. And then you say, okay, well, I'm just going to get out there and try to run 10 miles with sheep. And you got to, and you ain't put yourself in position. You just looking at it, be like, well, I want to, and don't know, be like, well, man, that man run 10 miles every day. Every day, yeah. Every day. Yeah, like that man work out, lift weights every day. That man meditate and pray every day. That man do that every single day. And no matter where he go, that man don't need nobody to give him nothing. If you want to go to Philadelphia and do a lecture and rent a hotel and a conference, that man can do that shit all on his dime. He done it before. All my muftis know, if I want to go donate and fill backpacks up, I can do it. If I want to teach people about real financing, I can say, everybody come here is free. And if y'all want, and that's all I'm asking for, a suggested donation of $10. And I'll give everybody a tax exempt receipt. And that's all I ask for. Is a small donation from my time, and people gonna give way more because I'm gonna teach just like you was taking a college course on financial investment, on the language, on profit and loss, on all that. You're gonna be like, man, thank you, sir. And I'm like, you're welcome. You don't gotta take no continuous course with me. For what? I can't guarantee you nothing. I won't even waste your time. I don't play that. And that's the type, I don't do those type of investments. My muftis know what the type of investments I do. I do the type of investments where I buy and sell. I don't go into debt. I buy things, it always have to go out of my benefit. If I'm buying something, I'm able to flip it. And if I buy something, then it's going to be of value to those others. I ain't buying them to try to make small pennies or lie to people. I don't collect money from people in a pretense that I'm going to invest in it and I'm not going to do nothing. That's a Ponzi scheme. If I say I'm gonna do this and I'm an investor, and then you can look at it, I ain't never invested in nothing, and then you look at it like, well, let me see your portfolio and your ROI and your investments and what you're doing. It's nothing. So that means those courses you taking to live, it's nothing there. So when I talk about God's business, we talk about what we do and how. Set a team of brothers to do things, just like the Europeans, the Albions, the think tank, Silicon Valley. That's what we have of righteous brothers doing business. Somebody that know how to do business, to put people in position, and we can do business together, to show you how to buy things by the book and break it down and do the overhead and project to sell these things and sell them for good prices and be like, damn, especially if you operating. And as we learn and as we learning and as Allah is getting in the midst of our business and our understanding and our will and Allah's will is matching, all we're going to do is increase. You're not going to go down. Never going to go down. You're never going to go down. Islam?
Islam.
And that should be plain. That should be plain and clear for anybody. We okay with being peculiar and meek. We okay with being honest and honorable. We okay with doing business. And everyone don't have to do business with us. That's the understanding we have to have. Our friends don't have to like our post. Nobody have to like nothing we doing. Only people that got to like what you're doing is the people that you're doing business with, because this is nothing personal. You can't be walking around mad every day like somebody owe you something. All my friends and my family, your friends and family don't have to support shit you doing. If they love you, then accept the love that they give you and do business. That should be the fun part. To say, man, I know I can do business. Why? Because none of my family do business with me. So I know I'm honorable. I can go on my phone. You can go on your phone. Like, look at all these testimonies. Look at all these teachers that I print books for. Look at all these people I help. So that should give you enough gratification and understanding that you're doing good work. Why are you even putting that energy into that? Why would a person take their psychic energy to put in that what somebody not doing instead of transferring all that energy, all that understanding into manifesting what you want and to fighting people like you and to fighting those what I call that target market in business that want what you have? That's the joy. That's what you should be doing and working on and focusing all your energy on. Because those that's not doing business with you, that means that's not your target market. So why are you putting that energy on it? Why would you put a post, oh man, if my friend ain't dealing with me, that's okay. We'll like it. No, that's the wrong energy. That's the wrong energy. I tell everybody, it must transfer to gratitude. Man, don't you got to be happy to make one sale because nobody have to buy nothing. Then once you make a sale, that's gratitude. You continue to give gratitude. You continue to get energy out in the system and do business and do it. If you the bag, you put stuff on people. You have a crew. And that's what this is about, man. Nobody owes us nothing. We owe everything to Allah. And if we do everything with gratitude and not like we expecting something, when I say you do things with no expectations, when you love your child, you have, how can I say, it's not on conditions. You don't have these expectations for your child. You shouldn't. You should want the best for them. Whatever they're doing, you should want the best. You don't say, I want you to do this. You say, whatever you're going to do, we're going to be the best in that. And that's what this God's essence is all about. This God essence is not a whole bunch of people that didn't flip the script and know that a lot of people mentally and physically and real financially is poor. So these cronies done came together and try to come up and talk this stupid stuff and dress up to try to capture you. I don't got to do that. I got it all. I already had it before I met everybody. I don't have to do none of that shit. And I'm a real professor, educator in real life. All that shit that they want to just dress up, I got it all. If I want to travel and do all that, man, if y'all want to come see me somewhere, I'll come. I do that shit for pennies. Be like, where y'all at? In Atlanta? I fly in Atlanta. Somebody put it together. $5. I have 1,000 people in there for $5. And then I give everybody books away. I stay in there for hours and go through my whole book list and let people get books $5 for $10. And they download them and I'll show you how to print them and bind them. Cause I come with something. So I told you I go on the college campus and let them college students get books for $5 and I have 11 and I get rid of 1,100 books. I have a studio full of people. They say, you gonna do this for all of us for $5? Yes, you do the numbers. That's what a God man can do, spread the wealth. But a God man have to get paid for his services. And it ain't nothing. And I make it feasible for everyone. For everyone. Just imagine we put something together and say, well, she only asking for $10. We get thousands of people there. And if anybody want books, he gonna stay after and go through his whole book log. He gonna come with books already printed. What people donate, they gonna get that shit back, what they say, 1,000-fold. Ain't they my soul?
Indeed.
So this what I'm saying is like, man, I don't need nobody to pay. I can put anything together on my own. I don't need nobody to pay me to do nothing. If I want to do a lecture and people want to learn, it's real systematic, and I can give you the literature, I can give you all the law books. I don't got to say, go to this bookstore, go to there. I'm the bookstore. My PDF books, I'm that. I got connections at all the universities, the Philosophical Research Society, all these places. It ain't no books nobody can have and post all that on the internet and say, oh, go to this bookstore and you go on Amazon. They say it costs this $1,000, all that. When I talk about Emmett Fox, nobody don't even know who the hell Emmett Fox is, do they, Maso?
Nope.
I'm telling you, and I don't just talk about what I'm saying. I've been introduced to a lot of things. It's nothing new under the sun. We must know this. A lot of stuff I talk about is old. And your grandmothers know. A lot of the preachers that was right, they know. You don't supposed to be poor. You know? And this is what we can do. We're not here want nobody to for notoriety. But if people want to learn, it's a system of how to learn. Just like I said, this is a system. If I do business, it's a system. I didn't ask nobody to say, hey man, I want to go to college. I want to get a bachelor's degree in business and with a minor in marketing and sales and nonprofit startup. And I want to get a master's degree, but I want everybody to pay for it. Did I do that myself?
No, not at all.
And I say, hey man, I'm getting my juris doctor degree in indigenous people law and policy. Then I say, hey man, I need y'all to help me do that. I'm doing that on my own. What I'm trying to show y'all for little licenses and stuff, I can show y'all we can get that. So I said, let me show my brothers how I can get little licenses while they trying to learn themselves, like my CPR first aid instructor license, as I'm inspiring nobles to go back to college, and as I'm inspiring nobles to get contracting license. This is what I'm showing our nobles we can do in our cipher and how we can help each other. But I don't need nobody to pay me to do nothing that I can do on my own. But now I've acquired these skills and I'm a professional. And then I offer things for donations. Just like when I lecture, just like when I teach, just like if your kid was ADHD or autistic, and I worked with the state out here still in Arizona, y'all have to pay. And now I do that with the people that I work with under my own organization, as being a Christian counselor with my degree. I got counseling license. I'm able to do these things. That's why I created my own. This is nothing fake. I can do counseling for Alcohol Anonymous, drug and rehab, all that. I've done it in Flint, Michigan, at the Christ Enrichment Center. I've lectured at all churches. I don't care what denomination you are. I've been in prisons, the Thumb Correctional Facility, all that. So this is not want notoriety. This is what I'm saying. If we want to learn something, if brothers want to learn in the world, in the YouTube world, anything, well, we got to do it the right way, because there's more science or anything, you're not going to get nothing. You're not going to magically take somebody class and you're going to have some money. You've been knowing this. That's an old Jedi mind trick. Y'all know this has been happening forever, forever, forever. So we got to be serious and talk about it. If they're going to make videos continuously saying they can do this, I'm going to continuously teach science and then finish it up with like, you got to understand that that's not true. Because anytime you get a loan, say to get a house, you can't do nothing else with it. That's fraud. Anytime somebody will make a video with the little young empress, and I shared it with y'all. I think I shared it with y'all, nobles. This is what the dude said. That's why I said these people is idiots. I said they gotta be crazy or it's all a scam. When the dude said, hey, she said, would you rather have $2 million or an 800 credit score? The crony said he'd rather have an 800 credit score, and she looked. And she was like, why? He said, because you can go to the bank and borrow anything. I said, that don't even make sense. And you would tell a kid that? Nobody in $2 million debt. You ain't never had $2 million. So why would you take an $800 credit score, Solomon or Maso or Brian? Can you tell me why would you take an $800 credit score instead of the $2 million?
I don't know, baby.
Huh?
I said, I don't know.
That don't even make no type of sense. I don't care. How can you splice it? The bank, the financial person to be hitting you in the eye like, dude, like what the hell wrong with you? Take the money. Because we ain't finna give you nothing. What 800 credit score? What you think? I know a lot of people got an 800 credit score.
And then even if the bank do give you money, I would imagine you have to pay it back.
Of course you gotta pay it back. You ain't, that's what the thing, and you don't gotta, it ain't nothing you getting that you ain't gotta pay back. This the thing, they be thinking it's free money. It ain't no such thing as no free money, man. Man, the jig is up. And I can show you from truth that I know. See, I told y'all, look, and I'm not gonna say no names, but I'm just gonna put it out there for y'all to know. When you do bad business and you do things with European Albions, Trelodites, and it's just almost like on the wire when my man thought he could switch over and do business, but you don't know the business, you still a street Negro. That's how they're gonna treat you. So it's the same way with these Negroes when they didn't have their podcasts and then they think they making money. So then you would think they on these people podcasts is real teaching something, but they paid to be on the podcast. They paid $50,000 to be on the damn podcast, to get on there and talk a whole bunch of lies. And they'll be like, wow, this blow your mind, man. Oh, they're two grown Negroes. Now, I respect if brothers, they background and all that. I get that. But then I told you, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Man, you can see when that shit started being fake and comical, and when you start having all them fake ass gurus on there, it's over. Then I just follow the money. I say, oh, so you Negroes paying to be on here. I just follow the money. This shit is too easy, y'all. That's why I be laughing. I said, I bet you I can follow money. I bet you I can follow money until you get paid to be on them shows. Every last one of them Negroes. I bet you if I sat them down, I'd be like, how much y'all pay to be on my man them show? They'd be like, what you saying, brother? I said, I'll sit your ass in the corner and be like, all that shit fake. You want to sit in front of my ex-professor? That's a prosecuting attorney. And they gonna have no damn bias on nothing. And if you honorable and all that, you ain't gonna have no problem of doing this because you should want to show the world that you real. I bet you won't no Negro do it. You hear me?
Yeah.
And I ain't got to say no name. I said all of them. I said all of them won't do it. I told y'all it's a scam. Look at it. They all know each other. And then the one dude in Atlanta told already. He said, man, they all know me. He said, how they trying to do my own thing and scamming people. He said, well, if I'm a scam, they using my scam. He had all their faces. He named them all. He said, well, if I'm a scam, they got my scam. He named them all. All the cronies. All of them that on them shows and the people that they love. I'm saying Alicia Keys, all of them, not her, but hey, I'm just saying that all them people that you see on them brother shows, and they talk about they this and you can do this, they were all in my man lectures and shit. He said it. Put the tape in. Boom. Put the tape in. All that shit be recorded. That's why I be laughing. I said, man, these people is playing y'all like a fucking fiddle. It just repackaged trash. And then they done got on these shows. And I said, I told y'all, man, I know this is, I mean, I'm 46 years young. I did real business. I don't care because the person been to prison and you done got out and then you done switched up and you just making money. That shit fake. I'm sorry. And they paying to be on that shit. I ain't saying nobody's specific name. I'm talking about all of that shit. All of it's fake. All of it. If you was making that much money, Maso, and you willing to get on TV like that, your stupid ass already be audited. What the hell is you talking about? What are these clowns talking about? They'll already be in magazines. Hey, man, look, they successful. They did this and did that. Hey, it's like, hey, real stuff. Not no fake shit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then they avoiding it. They defrauding the government. Then they try to do all this fake stuff. So you trying to tell me how to defraud the government? Because that's all you doing. You can get this and go get this and go get this and go get a BMW truck. The shit. I said, dude, they don't even weigh that much. What the fuck is you talking about? You can't go get no home loan and go get no car. Who is you talking to, boy? And it ain't no disrespect. I'm talking about bad business. Why would you do business with somebody, financial services, with a fictitious name? Why the hell do you need a financial manager? That's what I be telling you. Oh, this is my financial manager. You don't have nothing to manage. What are they going to manage? Only a person that need a financial manager is the person that got the bag. And you should need a financial manager. You should have somebody like myself or other that say, man, I'm going to show you how to deal with your finances. And if you do have somebody that, you just be auditing their ass every time to make sure they do their job. But I don't need to be your fucking financial manager. Why? You can pay me to show you how to do things and to do things in process, but I don't want to be your motherfucking financial manager. You don't need one. You don't need one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to teach a course, and all your brothers that got that bag, I'm going to teach them the strategy. I'm going to teach them how to donate to their religious and scientific organization of their choice, and don't let them Europeans, those Albions, no disrespect, or they stupid ass financial managers say, well, we paying your taxes and siphon it to their nonprofit, but you'll be able to siphon it to your nonprofit of your choice, period. This is what I'm saying. If these brothers was doing all that, man, they say they taking classes, where are your students? I bet you I can go on all their YouTube page and show you all bots. Maso, you know what I'll be talking bots. When I say bots, I say, Maso, get them bots off your page. You go on all their page, they got all these testimonies. I'm paying the next person this, all this. Then I can show you where they buying that shit from. It's just like when I was the academic advisor. We bought lists and phone lists. That shit is all fake. It's all fake testimonies. Come on, man. This is no slander nobody. This is real talk. That's why I said, man, we saving lives here. All that stuff fake. If that's the case, all them testimonies are fake. Just like if you say you doing business and you selling board games and take my whatever package in this, and you say you get, or you send 25, 30% of the people products for they can say they got it. That's your scam. But 70% don't get shit. That's the scam. Because what program do you need to pay for continuously to do anything for you? I tell you, I'm an educator. You don't need my program. If you want to learn anything, all you got to do is take a course. And a course with me is going to be way cheaper than any college course. You go to college for 3 months. Yeah, in the summertime, if you do crash course, or if you do it what they call accelerated, if your aptitude right, then it's still going to cost you a grip. If you're going to community college, it's going to cost a certain price. If you're going to the university, it's going to cost a certain price. I'm telling you, if you want to learn anything that got to do with finances, history, science, law, anything, I'll do that shit for a small penny. You ain't got to get caught up in nothing. You ain't got to get caught up in nothing. And nothing. If you want to ask anything about realist, I can put you, if I don't know, I'll never say or try to hustle you. I'll put you in the right position. If you want to know about, should you get a house and all this, and I'll show you about the interest rate that you'll be doing, how much you would be spending, how much you would be giving up. And I'll show you how if you do certain things, there's other ways to purchase things. I'll tell you to do the research before you do anything. I'll tell you if a person, a guru, look them up. See how long they be doing it. Ask them their real name. Because if you're not willing to tell me your real name and you got some fictitious name, dude, that's a warning sign. And then I got to see the history of you doing that. I got to have real people saying, okay, you just can't be on the internet and then Negroes talk about they on the tour. On the tour to do what? What, entertainment? That's like some Usher on skate shit. And it ain't no disrespect. I said, I got to ask people, you can't be mad. You got all these refurbished brothers. You have the brother that died, Allah rest his soul, talking about high value men. And I said, well, if it's high value men, why can't be high value women? Like this shit, all this shit just make us go against each other. All this stupid shit. Like, and then they say, well, if a man make this much money, is this? That's high value? That ain't fucking high value. What about a man love his wife, love his family, willing to work, support you, love the community, love Allah, you know, a charitable person, willing to help keep himself clean, keep himself groomed, do good business. That's what I'll be speaking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. Because when these brothers talk about they going on tour, Maso, you know, I met you, and I don't got to say names. I saw, you know, that's why we can talk the truth. I said, what have them going to them people classes and all that, taking pictures with them brothers done for you? Huh?
Yeah, not much. No, they just stringing people along.
I mean, this is no hate. And then people be into these brothers because they be wanting these people lifestyles. And then when you look at that, I said, that's the lifestyle you want. And then when you really look at it, and then you see that's all internet. And then the women they dealing with don't even deal with them. And then the women, after they start dealing with them, they start spilling all the beans. How, oh, they just got me pregnant and left, want to start bashing the man. But you was with them, you wasn't bashing them. You talk about you got this, and all these women this and all that. Where all the women shit now? Or you was only that with that person, so you can't stand on your own 2 feet. And if the man was scamming, did he just start scamming, or was he always scamming with you? See, that's what I don't like about our people. Now you want to start talking shit after you done been all in it for all those years in the scams, and when a motherfucker leave your ass high and pregnant, you want to start talking shit about a person. So what, they wasn't right when you was with them, or did they just became not right? Because you mad and they left you. This is what I be saying about our community. That's why I said we accept all the bad behaviors like it's normal. And we can't talk about it. That's just like your uncle touched your cousin or something, and you ain't gonna do nothing. Let me find out. My mama, my dad, my wife know I'm busting that ass. Excuse my candor. And I'm going straight to jail. I'm calling the police. Everybody know how I feel about that. That's why I protect my cousin. That's why my family with me. I protect the women in my family. Let me find out. Well, you better not tell Sheik why, because he gonna go crazy. I don't play that shit. Well, I'm old man now. Watch me whoop your old ass. Excuse my candor. You don't do that and think it's cool, and people, you don't hurt somebody and think it's okay. Just because you old. You got to pay for that shit. Period. And that's what our community does. We accept all these how can I say it? Just all this bad behavior. And that's why we can't heal, because we say, well, they've been doing this for so long. Man, I know people been working for the feds for a long time. Get out of jail and go here. When I first moved to Arizona, a cat where I stayed from in Flint was worked for the feds and moved out to Arizona. That's what I'll be telling people. We okay with people getting in trouble for people promulgating that shit and then say, well, it's cool. And then the shit they promulgating got people locked up. These people being locked up on the TV with the police, and then everybody be talking about, they demonstrating. How the hell are you demonstrating? Talk about this is your land, and this is your land, you had a right. This is a public school. That's the religious right of the indigenous people. So you're not an American citizen, so you trespassing. That's what I'll be telling these people. They don't want to be an American so bad. That's why I be saying they always want to try to teach people how to be criminals and how to defraud the government. That ain't it. And these are older people. Look at these people, men and women. Y'all cannot be mad at me. I stand alone with this shit, man. I stand alone with this shit. How can somebody be teaching you how to overthrow the government? Talking about you got some prisoner of war paperwork. Talking about you got all this to get you out of jail. Come on, man. We got to stop that. We know who doing this shit. It's pictures of these people together. It's people with these pictures together. It's people that done lost their house, done cut their electricity off, done lost their homes. Kids, the goddamn child protective service got them. They ain't gonna tell you all about all that. They ain't gonna tell you all about it's illegal to squat in houses. It's illegal to have a fucking generator in a community, in a neighborhood with local and state laws. They ain't gonna tell y'all all that. They ain't gonna tell y'all they already was on Section 8. They ain't gonna tell y'all that shit. Let them drive without no license. Let them get their shit up. Let them put some stupid ass plate they made on their car of Noble Drew Ali. Talk about some diplomat plate. Let them do that shit. Let them say they some consulate general and some what they say the Morocco, the consulate of Morocco. I ain't never seen a consulate of Morocco get his ass whipped on the edge on the highway. I ain't never seen that happen to the consulate general of Morocco. I ain't never seen the consulate general or the president or the U.S. motherfucker, whatever the hell they call, get their ass locked up out here. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen the president of Morocco get locked up on some stupid shit. driving without license, talking about they some sovereign citizen and teaching all these grown people this. That's why all these people making these videos. Look up fact and fraud. Look up all this stuff, man. Go on their internet. They making, man, it's so many people that got videos of Negroes doing that shit, trying to pull that, I ain't an American citizen without license. But then the Europeans do it too. And they call themselves sovereign citizens. So you call yourself a more sovereign citizen. You no different. You just got a goddamn Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket hat on. Because that's all they going to say. So you ain't no different than them, but you just calling yourself a more. So let's put sovereign citizen after you more. You a more sovereign citizen. Just like the European you're going to be locked up with. The ones that say they're militia. The one that say they overthrow the government. They don't got to do nothing with the government. You in the same class as them. They don't even know that, Maso. You hear me? They don't even know.
Yeah.
They're in the same category as that. And that's what I'm telling. All that stuff is crazy. It's criminal. If you get a chance, it's too many videos. And then ask yourself a question. What's right and what's wrong? Look at it and see all them dudes getting their head bust. Look at all them retarded Negroes. Look in their eyes with them stacks of papers. Why would you want to do that? Would you teach any child, anybody that say they want to be a more understanding in college and that, would you teach them any of that shit? Go in there, look up fact or fraud, and look at all them videos and tell me, is that what you think more science is? Tell me. They've been doing this shit forever. They got that more the group that got put on the edge of the highway, and then the dude that was there told everything, said he didn't get pulled over. They got everything on there. They got everything on there that you want to see. So you make a decision and tell me, is that more science? They got Negroes really going in. We making a notice, right? Going in neighborhoods, going in court buildings. Like, yeah, we put y'all on notice. On notice for what? Look at that shit and then with some common sense and tell me, does any of that shit make sense from an adult? From adult, and tell me you would think these people is fucking nuts. Look at that with yourself with some honest sense. And tell me if you don't think these people is nuts with some honest mind. If all your homies was in prison and they gods of earth back then, if we was back there with Ford and them, Jeff Ford and them, we back there. You think even though they started doing whatever, you think brothers coming out want to be dealing with that? They like, man, what the hell going on? We ain't got time for that, to be overthrowing no government. We work in the government. We are the Constitution. Y'all got to know this, man. I speak from the truth. Everybody know that none of this stuff is more science. None of it. None of it. You think Noble Ali and any of them brothers back then was going to talk about filing some paperwork? All the work is done. That's why I'm a sheik through the temple. I created the Burning Bush Tabernacle. It's nothing that we can do. You don't got to go talk about do no status correction. Who told you to do a status correction? What the hell is that? The prophet said do a status correction. Show me. It ain't no such thing as that. You're supposed to proclaim, declare, and have due process. I'll tell you about annexation. I'll tell you easy process. It ain't nothing that you got to do. Come on, man. We got to come to this day to true understanding. We cannot care about nobody old. All these people know each other. Look up the videos. Look them up. Look up these people getting arrested on video. Look at all this. Look at all that crazy. Look up fact or fraud. I think it's called Facts or Fraud about the Moorish sovereign. Look at all them videos. Just look at this. Take a chance to get your popcorn and your food and be like, look at these fools. Look at these fools. Look at these fools. Look at these fools. And tell me, is that what you want to do? Ride around with a whole bunch of stack of papers. Tell me, is that what you want to do? With honesty, with love, with understanding. Tell me if that's what you really want to do and it's that honorable. Because how are you a sovereign and a citizen at the same time? How are you a foreign national? You can't even explain that. If that's the case, you can't. If you go to London and do that and say, well, I'm a foreign national, they'd be like, what are you talking about, sir? So what you getting away that time? You can't even explain how you a foreign national. You can't even explain it. So that's what I'm trying to let our people know, man. Don't get caught up with people talking this whole bunch of hocus pocus shit. Don't get caught up with that paperwork shit. That's an old game, man. That goddamn publishing company was doing that shit for a long time ago, and all them people was with it. And then when everybody was like, well, what this happened? And then when a young boy got killed, and then when the girl got killed, and everybody saying they got this shit from a certain individual, then they start saying, well, this person ain't teach that. Well, where in the hell is all these people getting it from? See, this is the part I don't care. This is the part what I'm saying. It came from somewhere. All this file and stuff, it came from somewhere. If I show y'all all the emails, I done saved everybody's name from years. Even these people that hit me up, Sheik, I sent you $10. Oh, can you teach me how to do this? No. And I jump on their Instagram. I see everybody's so-called Grand Sheik with the lady on there that got arrested on TV. And then these people say they don't know each other. I said, man, y'all got to be crazy because they was doing that shit live. All this shit was recorded like they fucking demonstrating. So they demonstrate how to teach people how to all be criminals. And when they go to court, these fools got court-appointed attorneys. Look at it. And then they plead to a lesser charge to get out. So what? Are you working for the feds? That's what I be telling people. I said, man, this is too, man. And then a lot of these Negroes run to China like communists. I'm telling you, man, y'all better be careful. I ain't even gonna say names. I'm telling you, y'all know, I'll be showing y'all like, look, I'll show you like boom, 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 boom. We like, damn, Sheik, how all this? Yeah. Be like, wait a minute. Then they'll pop up in the States and get everybody in trouble and disappear. Like they nationalizing people. I say, man, come on, man. But you know, niggas just want some bullshit. Excuse my candor. That's what they want. I told y'all they just want some pageantry. A Negro think an ID card gonna make them free. You finna pull that out and get your ass whooped. Cause that's all gonna happen. You gonna pull it. What you need it for that bad? If the person ain't part of nothing, ain't being honorable, what a person want an ID for? Wait. Maso, what they want an ID for, Maso? They couldn't even tell you.
To get them in trouble.
That's all. They couldn't even tell you they want an ID. Well, I want to claim that ID ain't claiming your nationality, fool. What you mean? Wearing that fez ain't claiming your nationality. That's why I be telling people we done got all messed up. People be wanting things in clandestine. And they be talking about the white man. It's no, every Negro is clandestine. Because they, under the science, so it's clandestine. They want this, they want that. They don't want to learn. They don't want to stand on their square. Stand on your square. It's paying your dues to your temple, all that. They want everything in clandestine. They want everything. They want some paper shit. They think it's going to make them something. They think the Fed's going to make them this. They think going to some goofy-ass nigga lecture going to make them something. They think some stupid-ass passport with Aaliyah and Michael Jordan in there, something. Damn it, Mos Def got his ass in trouble with that world passport, and you want some shit somebody made on the internet, and you trust giving all your information to some nigga on the internet? Man, we is stupid. And that's why I use these words to make us feel how we feel. Like, yeah, that is real stupid. Where all your information going? You finna get somebody information. Where it's going? What consulate is it going? Where? Where's all your information going? Are you happy because somebody just made some step with a goddamn flag and this on it and printed some shit and said this bullshit and copy and paste and sent you that shit? Y'all want to see a copy and paste book that's some bullshit? Do y'all want to see one? I'm finna show you. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I threw it away. But I didn't. See, when I talk about science, now stay in the context. It's nothing new under the sun. When I give credit to the original author and scholarship, when you references right, and in spirituality, when I say I gather, compile, and divinely prepared, that's why I say there's nothing I can do new. Prophet didn't do nothing new. All this stuff come from old teachers and old books. I reference everything in academia. I had to reference it right. I had to put it in the right manifestation. I had to do peer-reviewed scholarly research. I had to write in APA format. I had to do annotated bibliographies. I had to prove everything. So when people just be making up shit, I don't care how mad they be. I don't care. I bet you if your ass get in trouble and you got that fake ass and you got that court-appointed attorney, it's a court-appointed attorney. That mean they work for the courts. They mean they finna make your ass plead to a lesser charge. I bet you I'll win every time. Because a lot of people don't know about habeas corpus. A lot of people don't know a lot of stuff I'll be saying. I'm going to know what's going to go on before the courts. And it's certain verbiage that you do. When I say, man, I talk about precedent-in-law cases, Doc Number Free Information Act. I'm going to deal with all the Chicago Review. I'm going to break all this shit down. You ain't finna use my client as no example. That's why I said, I don't care if you got an attorney. I ain't going to tell nobody what not to do. But if you don't got nobody fact-checking them as your legal representative and your best interest, that's on you. That's on you. That's why Negroes go to jail. And then they be talking about, oh, I'm finna do this. You don't know how to write no writ because you don't even know how to evidence. You don't even know how to build the case. You don't even know how to write a writ. You don't even know what a habeas corpus is. That's why I be laughing at a lot of people. I'm gonna write a writ. What? You found evidence to help you get out of jail? Or this, because it's a plethora of writs? Like this book right here got Negroes in trouble. That's why I be laughing. And people was buying this book, and I said it's truth and falsehood in it. Anytime this is value, got the prophet, divine creed, and all that. I get all that. But when you get into this shit, like they the only one. When you get into this shit and you see all this new made up shit with these people, I said, how are they the authority to do something? How can you put your name? And then people start to be like, well. I said, man, well, my ass. I told you it's truth and falsehood strangely mixed. You would put these, you saying, like, man, I ain't saying it, get the shit and read it. I mean, you got to read it for yourself. And so when you're reading it, that shit is like, I told y'all, when you're doing things and a person don't know, and then when you think it's right, they can disappear, because in the court of law, there's no excuse of not knowing the law. And you must do your due diligence. You can't claim brainwashed as an adult. I'm telling you. And they say you didn't do your due diligence. And I'm like, dude, so if you say that, how can somebody make a book and say the trustee, monetary, brother, such, Moors of the round table for instructional purposes only? You got to explain that to somebody. Like, what do that mean? Because, see, I told y'all, a person be like, well, it don't mean this. Okay, well, explain what it means. Well, if the following, it means your higher science, and it means your brain don't mean doing that. Well, tell people that. Tell the truth. Don't be having people on false fucking pretense, and then they get in trouble, and then everybody be ducking and shit and say, well, I didn't do this and they didn't teach that, and everybody mad. Don't be mad, because people die from this shit. People die from this shit. People die from this shit, and they in jail right now with a real government name. I can give y'all court cases, man. I got a case, the dude named Lamont Ephraim. I give criminal number, everything. I shared all of it with my brothers. They trying to run that bullshit. They said, these Negroes crazy. Oh, you thinking you finna file something, you learn something, you a prisoner, drugs, all that, man, they don't care. You're gonna get more time tacked on that shit. Every real person know I'm telling the truth. Play that shit if you want to. I got too many precedent cases showing you that that's a lie. Consolidated, codified, set forth, and published in 1935. How can this, you got to start doing the numbers. Like, okay, if that's the case, what the fuck is going on? You can tell it's copy and paste. I told you this, I'm a scholar, man. A person gonna have to it's just like a lot of my books I gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared. Those are spiritual books. I gather, compiled from all wisdom. Just like if I teach history class and everything, it's only one history. Just like I teach law. It's only one history, it's only one law. But when I talk about taking truth and falsehood, strangely mix it, like nobody don't have an eye, and then people say, well, don't mean this and doing this. I said, that's bullshit. With ancillary, in index, note, trustee, and commentary. Brother such and such, for instructional purposes only. Then it says this brother name, such and such Bay. PhD, LLD, A. Where? So when you put PhD and LLD, do you know what that means? Maso? Anybody?
I know PhD. I don't know what LLD means.
We ain't got to go there. That mean you have these degrees. So to get a PhD, you have to get a master's degree. These niggas, so you just jump all the way to a PhD. Because to get a PhD, you got to have a bachelor and then a master's and then your doctor studies. Yeah. If you go in there,
you definitely would have books if you got a PhD. You definitely would have wrote a book too.
Not this shit.
Right.
I get all this shit by to ring somebody in. That's why you can be tricked. It can't be all false to get your ass in there. I told you, man. I met her. He said, man, if anybody come with this, I know prosecutor attorneys. He said, man, I don't lock people up for this trash. I ain't gonna say the person name. 36, 360 degree, a master mason, Free Moorish master astrologer, and Moorish constructor of lawgiver. Now, all this shit comes out of motherfucking CM Bay, the Clock of Destiny. That's the same shit. He just put his name in front of that shit. I told y'all, man, they better not come playing with me. Read the shit. Read the Introduction of the Clock of Destiny. Y'all got volume 1 and 2. And then ain't no disrespect to the brother. That clock of destiny shit, when you look up there, he don't got no degree. That's why they took that shit out the Library of Congress. Just because it's in the Library of Congress, nobles don't mean it's no fucking law. It's just like an ISBN number. Islam, noble. Astrologer and Morris, Constitution lawgiver. Okay, that's why I said look at the copy and paste. You said enforced January 3rd, 1935, 1934 edition. So you say these was enforced. I get all that. But then all these people and then they say this person and all this, put their name on it, say that this is a master astrologer and Morris, Constitution lawgiver. I know what the book, he quoting ISONIMI. I know you quoting that book, has copyright certificates registered in the United States Department of Justice under the A1 Library of Congress. But that ain't got nothing to do with you taking that. And it ain't in there no more, which reveal at law the constitutions of intercourse, blah. I don't even want to say that to nobody. And then this is what they use. This is how Negroes get caught up. They see registration number AA222141, Class A. This number refers to the code of the law of the United States of America. Look it up and see then. Look for yourself. Look for yourself. You ain't got to listen to nothing I'm saying, because I know most of these people don't know law. They'll say some stuff and be like, I said, dude, that don't even mean nothing. That ain't even in the same context of jurisdiction with nothing what they saying. You can't come to me with that trash. Nobody. And then, this is what I'm telling you, this stuff get people in trouble. They'll get this. Watch this. They'll fill their name and shit out in this bullshit and have this shit like this means something. This is what they'll do. Grown men out of motherfucking coloring book. Flag, freedom, progress, blah, blah, blah. The dude, the blah, blah, blah. A free blah, blah, blah. Moorish American Club. Now they started telling the truth. Moorish American Club member, personal. Listen to this. Legal document for legal defense in. Huh? Are you serious? And then they got a space for your name, nationality, Moorish American, by inheritance, warning. And then, watch this. That clock of death, then they play that clock of destiny game. I said, dude, this is all smoke and mirrors. I don't care. The document, listen to this. The document, clock of destiny, Moorish birthrights, is not bona fide without club membership. Clock of destiny card. What clock of destiny card? Moorish nationality card. What Moorish nationality card? You won't got all that shit come from the temple. We got an ID card. We got a membership card and our nationality card that say who we are. So it don't replace it. Or the clock of destiny, Moorish birthrights. What clock of destiny, Moorish birthrights? The Zodiac Constitution of the Great Seal, the highest law of the land. See, that ain't just for no more. This shit is stupid. And seal impression and signature of this person. I ain't gonna say the name. And so all this, and you gotta have a signature of this dude. Are y'all crazy? Publisher and co-author, the Zodiac Constitutional Law giver and demonstrator. That ain't shit. This publication document holder, the members of this Clock of Destiny Club must bear in mind that they are under the highest moral and just law of the land, the Great Seal. Okay, God's law. Then you shouldn't be doing this shit, and therefore must uphold its greatest moral, human and just principles in all of their dealings. So that's love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You ain't doing that. And do not entertain the thoughts, because see, it's all truth and falsehood. Then they get you with this shit. The Union State slave label, such as Negro, black, color, all that. Yeah, we know all that shit. That ain't got nothing to do with this crap. And then it says, I demand the judgment and prosecutor of this court to present the state. And also, man, well, let me read all this. If any of you Negroes do this in court, you're going to get all the time you asking for. The Union State slave labels such as Negro, black, and colored, African American, West Indian, all that stuff, and abroad, to be ignorant of their inherited Moorish nationality and Zodiac Constitution of the Great Seal, birthrights. Okay, that don't have nothing to do with you breaking the law. That don't have nothing to do with you being a criminal. I don't care what you claim, you still going to jail. You're not obsolete for prosecution for breaking the laws. Read the real consular courts. If a U.S. citizen kill a Moor or vice versa, if a Moor kill a U.S. citizen, that Moor is going to be judged in the same parameters as that U.S. citizen. What are these clowns talking about? Nothing. Which makes them, they say, segregated, Jim Crow, stateless person. Man, shut up. Property of the Union, all that. The Magna Carta. We know that Negro talk, but they don't know what they're talking about. And then it says, this is what they think they're going to say in the court. I demand the judge and prosecutor of this court to present the state and also the said United States Constitution from 1789 to 1863 and read it in this court, and by it defy my statement and also my inherent Moorish nationality card and Zodiac Constitution. Are you serious? Are you serious? It's just like when these goofy Negroes tell the police, oh, do you got an ID card or do you got a business card? No, I ain't got no card. Well, he ain't got no card. That means the law's gonna be dropped. Man, you a fool. That ain't no fucking process in court. Or he ain't got no business card. Shut up. Then these clowns say, let the record reflect that this court cannot legally proceed with my case, nor can the judge and the prosecutor of this court legally question me until the state and the United States Constitution has been presented and read in this court in defiance of my statement. You a fool. You don't supposed to say nothing. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. I ain't got nothing to say unless I'm getting immunity. I ain't got nothing to say. These fools done told on themselves that they think they so smart. Then they say, therefore, I request the judge and the prosecutor to please confine this court to my legal demand of the statute and the United States Constitution to be read in court. That's what you think, and that's what you fucking think. That's where they get this shit from. It ain't no disrespect. And this person on there, they say he got that whole topic, what he said he put his name in, that's his bio. And the university say he graduated, he didn't graduate from there. And I'm not hating on nobody. It's just like all the degrees I told you I graduated from, look me up. And if I didn't have nothing, why would I say that? Because that don't make me better or less. If I'm a God, man, that don't make me better or less. So why would I do that? Why would these Negroes put affairs on and try to make like they something special and they fucking not? They don't even have the aptitude to go to the university like I've done and others. Copyright 1994 and published in 2013. Look and see, can you find it in the Library of Congress now? All in 1947. Rights reserved. All symbols are trademarks. Man, get the hell out of here. New order. Universal symbol of the blah, blah, blah. Human equality. And then, listen to this. A free Moor. A third, 33rd, and 360 and 360 degree. Listen to this. This is the Zodiac Constitution for the Moorish nation of North America, referred to as Negroes, Africans, Indians, and colored people, and white people, and Jews. This Constitution is the foundation of the clock of destiny. What are you talking about? Volume 1 and 2, copyrighted by C.M. Bay and privately published, co-authored, and distributed by this person. I ain't gonna say this person's name because I don't even care. Because if anybody come with that shit, I'm really gonna show you what's going on. And I'm gonna really make you, and I'm gonna really start showing you what's the real going on right in front of your face. Because these Negroes too blind to see. And then you got your name, and then you put your name on here to fill out. What you finna do with this paper? Where you finna take this? Where you finna take this shit? I told y'all. Y'all better stop playing, man, thinking you finna get some paper. Especially brothers that done got out of jail. They talk about you can, like this means something. And you think you finna get some ID and all these brothers, man, I don't got nothing for you. I told you. I told everybody. I'm gonna start blasting everybody out. You can't get nothing from me. I can't nationalize you and denationalize you. If you come stand on your square and be a member, and after the time it takes to be a member, we have school ID and temple ID. That shit don't replace nothing. We taxes them for the government because we a real organization. When we make purchases on and we go in places and we say, do you take tax exempt ID? Yes. So we have that. Just like I have it from the Moorish Science Temple of America. We have a tax exempt card. I don't know what these people be lying. The Moorish Science Temple is tax exempt for the federal government. I'm part of the Moorish Science Temple, and the BBT is tax exempt for the federal government. That's how I do a lot of work in the schools and prisons. That's how I get stores and stuff to donate to me monetary and tangible. That's why I can do this stuff to Moors that say they don't have nothing and go spend their money on drinking and smoking. That's why I said I don't get money off this, really. That's why I said if my whole claim to fame was dealing with Moors, I'll be poor as shit. I'll be the poorest. Like I said, I got real jobs. That's why I say no disrespect to no one. This is poorest science. Most Moors average is living in poverty. If they living in Section 8 or they don't work and so they hustling. And you take the internet away, that's poverty. That's why I call this shit poorest science. That's why I call a conscious community poor as shit. It's all a fucking scam. It's bum shit. It's a whole bunch of Negroes doing nothing all day. And then a whole bunch of ex-prisoners and shit. Talking a whole bunch of old shit and what they used to do. I ain't got time for that. So that's why I say this poor science. And Negroes think they're going to get something to make them something. And with that being said, man, I love y'all. I give y'all gratitude. Please subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube channel. This is my personal channel. But our Temple and School YouTube channel is Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. On that platform, I do Sunday school and adapt class. This is my personal page, so I'm going to speak to the people. People have been asking me all the time, like, Sheik, you know so much, you've been around. I said, I'm just a teacher. But now as people, and people losing their lives, and people continue to scam on them, and I'm building my school, I have my own platform to talk about these things and let you look at it. But if you want to learn and come to class, please subscribe to my Temple and School YouTube channel. It's Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. We're also on Instagram at burningbushtabernacle.ts. And if you don't, like I'm telling y'all, if y'all give small donations, I'm going to give you literature. A lot of literature I'll bind. Like today, I did a special with some guys for $80. I bind it and print it. I don't even know what the book at. It's called Peter Lambert Wilson, Sacred Drift. And I think it's on Amazon for about $900. And I printed and bind it for a guy. And he was like, you did that for that donation and you gave me a tax exempt receipt? I said, that's what I do. So if, man, tomorrow adapt class is at 10:30 a.m. AZ time zone. And then Sunday school is Sunday at 2 p.m. AZ time zone. Saturday and Sundays, we work out every morning at 9 a.m. Check out our company, MorrisHaberdasher.com, and our other company, My PDF Books. Right now, we're structuring another company where we're going to be buying and printing books on demand. So my Nobles is creating a whole nother company where we're going to be buying and printing these books. So you're going to see how much they cost on Amazon and see how much we buy and print for. And if you don't want to get the books from us, that's fine. Just get them from Amazon. I don't have no problem with that. But when you get books from us, that means it's a donation to our school. And you know that money is circulating. And you know we're doing good work. And I'm going to give you gifts. And I can do that because the library is owned by the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. I have over 1 million books. So I convert a lot of stuff to PDFs. And now we have all the machines to do it. Just like all those Europeans that was writing today in their pseudonym and their pen name. That's what we did. That's what we do. A lot of those books you think they're like, that ain't even their name. And the publishing companies is theirs. So why are they so smart? And we did this. We should be just as smart as them. Everybody should be like, man, they doing a good work. So I love y'all, man. Peace, light, and illumination. Everybody that gave a donation, man, I give y'all gratitude. Happy Holy Day. If y'all like the teaching, gratitude. And Nobles, like I said, let's continue to grow. Let's continue to grind because we are the upper echelon of this science. And I give y'all love. I give y'all honor, man. And the truth will set us free. Peace and love, Nobles. Islam.
Peace and love.
Islam.